March 4th, 2012. We're doing a little bit of a news update, and there's not much oil news on a Sunday, so we'll look at the barges in the bay and see what kind of news there is. Let's go look at this first article. This is a good article to go read. I'll have the link on Pink Barrio. It explains in detail peak oil. Okay, we'll put a link in Pink Barrio underneath this video for that article. Fascinating about the breakdown of how oil prices are going to go up, continue to go up from now on, pretty much. It does look like that's going to happen. There may be a few lower prices now and then, but most of the time it's just going to keep going up slowly, bit by bit. And so that's a really good link to go see. Some other news, it looks like Obama is now backing down from Iran because he's put together a task force to see how much oil there really is and whether we can afford to take Iran offline, because he knows that Iran is not really offline yet. And just a rumor of a pipeline break in Saudi Arabia caused such a huge spike in prices in crude oil, as we saw last week. So at least he's backing off. That's good news. While we're at it, why don't we I'm going to go on this interesting little hike here. So this is one of the things I do to keep in shape. So today I thought we'd do something a little bit different. One way I keep in shape is that I go to Google and I'll look up the history of where I live. So I found a really cool piece of history about these mountains or hills, depending on how you want to look at it. And so I'm here to kind of investigate it and see if it's true, and that way you get your walk in and it's fun exercise, and it'll probably take several weeks or months to investigate. So what I'm going to do is start at the end of the investigation and work backwards. Okay, as you know, we've been checking the boats, the oil barges in the bay, to see how much supply we've been seeing. Today we're seeing 3 barges. Looks like we have about 3 oil barges. The supply has been going anywhere from 0 to 6 yesterday, or day before yesterday, and then 3 today. So okay, people, I think this is the end of the story right here. This cavern right here. It's got all this interesting stuff around here. And I do believe this site right here is the end of the story. The idea is to prove that that is or is not the spot. So what we're going to do is going to do some basic measurements to see if the distances are correct. And that's what we're doing now, is we're heading over to another area to check for distances. Okay, right over there, that's a huge hospital. This hospital's been here since the correct time, 1895 or 97. Not sure which, but of course it has changed quite a bit. So the distance is correct. You could easily get there in this direction, and it only took about 10 minutes. Another 10 minutes down this hill and you would be at the hospital. Now if you came straight up this way, that would be a pretty tough walk. So the story has it, a famous person in history was in this hospital right down here, and he came up this mountain to a cave and meditated, and through this meditation he healed himself. Now the big question is, where on this mountain is that cave? So I've been checking out the area, and everything's fitting pretty good for the rumor. There's a lot of area that it's very overforested, like over in here, several miles that way. has not been bulldozed. This way here seems to be more destroyed. However, as you can see from the layout, see how there's a cliff here? On the other side of that cliff are rocks that could have easily housed a cave. Supposedly there's several artifacts in there, the story goes, but there is one problem with this scenario. Everything fits so far except for one thing. Okay, that was kind of interesting. I'm not too good for rock climbing anymore. I used to do it quite a bit, but I can see I'm kind of out of shape on it. Maybe we'll have to work on that. But this is really cool. You know, I've proven pretty much that I disagree with the fact that there's a secret cave anywhere, and there's a really good reason why. It's because every tree in this area was planted by humans. All the trees are from Australia. They were planted here in the early 1900s. But, you know, don't you just love a story? What I wanted to talk to you about was I have discovered a tea that you boil up and drink. It's called Roybosty tea. There are two types, green and red. It really works for my upset stomach, whether I have gas or just eat too much or whatever. This is the problem with my stomach. I have found that if I drink this Roybosty tea, the green Roybosty tea, it will quickly get rid of discomfort in the stomach, and there's no after effects at all. So I'm going to put a link onto the bottom of this video and on Pink Barrio, and you can go and take a look at this and read about it, and if you'd like to order some, you'd be supporting the green left side of Pink Barrio. So until next time,